everyone, I'm here today to do my June wrap up and July to be read. And yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be really happy with what I have to say about my wrap up. Sorry in advance. Yet in the same outfit. I will be wearing this outfit for 3 videos. I apologize. I just have days where it's convenient for me to film 3 videos back to back. For June, I said I was going to reread a ton of books and just relive them and relove them and all that kind of stuff. Well, June was a very, very not so good month for me for personal reasons, which I will keep personal. And I just didn't have a great reading month. I read a ton of new books, but I just did not reread any of my books. I reread one and then I don't know what happened. I just fell, I apologize. I don't know what's wrong with me for this month. But I've read other books, so hopefully that'll satisfy you. The only book I managed to reread is Duff by Cody Kaufmanger. Still a 5 out of 5. Love this book, one of my all-time favorite books. And I do promise to reread such books as City of Bones in August for the movie, and then Catching Fire in November for the movie, obviously. I promise to reread those. I don't know. All you guys that reread, great. It's awesome. I'm so glad you joined me. Obviously, I did not join you, so much apologies. Anyway, on to the other books I read. 5 books in June, which is okay, but I had a very rough month, so I'm not mad at myself for it. I understand completely. The first book I read is actually a book I got sent for a review, and that is Starstruck by Rachel Schubert. And this is a book that takes place in the 30s about a couple of girls and how they become acting and movie stars and all that stuff. And for the most part, I really enjoyed this book. I love learning more about the 30s and more about acting and how studios are and how, you know, even Hollywood is, because it's kind of corrupt, and you even learn about how it was back in the day. The only thing I didn't like about this book is that I wish that it showed more of the actual movie making process, whereas the acting stuff, the girls just acted and they came home and all that kind of stuff. I wish I saw more a little bit about that, but overall I really love this book. It's part of a trilogy, I think. But overall I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because I really flew through this and I loved it and I want to read more and I can't wait to read the next one. The Things I Can't Forget by Miranda Kelleny. I've actually read another book by her. It's called Stealing Parker, and I've learned that with Miranda Kelleny's books, I like them, I don't love them. They're not to my all-time favorite, and that's just me personally. This is about a girl named Kate who's always been a good girl, and she goes to summer and all this kind of stuff. And I just didn't really like Kate that much, honestly. I felt like I feel like a lot of her characters Miranda writes are characters that I really don't enjoy. It's not one of my all-time, she's not one of my all-time favorite authors. I only gave this one a 3 out of 5. It was okay. I didn't love it. I liked it. That's all I have to say about it. The next book I read is Black City by Elizabeth Richards, and I didn't really like this one either, guys. I apologize for all the not really liking books this month. But this book was okay. I just didn't... First of all, the thing I didn't like about it is the description is totally different from the book. Like, this book is definitely about, like, vampires and that type of stuff, and you never even get a distinction from that while reading the book jacket. And I was like, vampires? What? When did that happen? And it was okay. I didn't really like the main characters. I didn't really... it was okay for me. I thought it was very rushed. I thought the love was rushed. I thought things were just happening crazily, and I just didn't enjoy it for the most part. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because I didn't hate it altogether, I didn't like it, and I will not really be rushing to read the second one. I apologize, guys, but I know there's a lot of people that love this book out there. I just was not one of them. Next book I read, I, however, devoured and loved and am obsessed with now, and that is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I have a review on it, so I won't be talking about it too much. You can click on this book right here if you want to see the review, where I gush and gush and gush about it. Main point is, read this book right now. Like, stop what you're doing and read this book. Read it right now. 5 out of 5, obviously. Please watch the review for more. The last book I read, which was kind of a random whim, is Pivot Point by Casey West. And I love this book. I thought it was great. The cover is beautiful, first of all. One of my all-time favorite covers. And I really loved it. This is about a girl that has a paranormal gift. She can look into the future and see, like, 2 different outcomes and which path to take. And it's about her figuring out her own future, about which path she wants to take. And the book is written very well. It's taking place from 2 points of, like, the future almost. And it was written very well. And I loved all the characters. I thought it was a great book. I think it's the first in the series, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. Definitely a very good book. Highly recommend this one as well. Okay, now on to the books I will be reading in July. Honestly, June was a not so good month for me personally, and I had 4 weddings back to back, so I was very busy, didn't have a lot of time to read. This month, however, I am totally free. July, so I plan to read a lot. And I have picked, I think, 5 books, maybe 6. I don't know. I just can't count right now. And yeah, maybe I'll sneak in a few more. You never know with me. I read things crazily, and there's books on my Goodreads I'm reading right now that I have not finished and may not finish. I don't know. I may make a video of books I have not finished because it's a lot. Anyway, the first book I plan to read in July is The Moon and More by Sarah Dessen, her newest one, and I love Sarah Dessen, so I can't wait to read this one. This is about a girl named Emmeline, and she's always lived in this one town and always had this great boyfriend, and a new boy comes along and rattles her future and gets her thinking about her future and all that kind of stuff. I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to read it. Next book I'm reading is Au Revoir, Crazy European Chick by Joe Schreiber. I've heard really good things about this book. It's a very, very short book, if you can see. It's just an adventure one about a guy named Perry, and he's got to do certain things. I don't know. I've heard really good things about this from Lizzie Books. She recommended it, so yeah, I hope to like it. It's very, very short, so it should take me no time at all. The book I'm reading is Awake by Amanda Hocking. Ooh, shiny cover. This one is about mermaids, if I'm right. It's about a girl named Gemma. I think she becomes a mermaid and all this kind of stuff, and like powerful. I don't know if it's a good mermaid, bad mermaid. I haven't heard too many things about this, so I don't know. I plan to read it. It's been sitting on my shelf forever, so. To finish, I started reading it this month, but didn't get much through, and that's just because I neglected it and all this other stuff, is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Briggs. I also got sent this to review by Quark Books, and so far I'm liking it. I'm only into this much right here, so I don't have really a good sense of it, but so far it's good, and I plan to finish it this month. The book I plan to finish is, if I finish it, I will complete a series. So I'm excited for that. And that is Shades of Earth by Baz Ravez. And I'm so excited to read this, but I hate this cover. Punch in the cover. Not the book, but the cover. I don't like you. And this is part of the Across the Universe series. It's the last book in it, and I'm excited to read it. Just hate the cover change. I understand why you want to appeal to guys, but I mean, beautiful, beautiful. Tarzan jungly. And I understand that's part of the book, I think, but still. Cosmic, beautiful, Tarzan, jungle. I don't like this cover at all. The last book I plan to read is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I've heard literally nothing but good things about this book. This book takes place in 1986, a mere 2 years before I was born, before I graced the earth with my presence. Not really, but anyway, about 2 people that fall in love. It's a very realistic and a realistic portrayal of love, which I'm excited to read. I heard it's very sweet and beautiful, and I'm excited to read it. And my book jar. I'll be honest, I totally neglected my book jar pick of the month last month because it was a bad month, but maybe I'll pick a good one this month. Let's see. Closing my eyes. Alright, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. The book from my book jar, my TBR book jar, which if you don't know, the link below, is Savor the Moment by Nora Roberts. And this is an adult book, and it is by Nora Roberts, obviously. It is a part of a series called The Bride Quartet. This one is about the baker, and yeah, I can definitely read this book, no problem. Baking, love, Nora Roberts, romance, sign me up any day. Those are the books I plan to read in July. Hopefully I will stick with my plan to read them, and yeah, you guys know the rules. Vote for the 2 that you want to see reviews on, maybe even 3 this month, who knows what I'm feeling, and I will review them. 2 books that get the highest votes will be reviewed. So yeah, tell me, what books did you guys read in June, and what books are you planning to read in July? Did any of you guys reread, unlike me, or what are you guys reading in July? I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
With walls being shaken, them covered in mold. Wind through broken windows that carry me to sleep. I wake up to the sound of the mice and their beat. And all that I adore is here. Feelings of hope appear.